Students, we are looking at a question that relates to interest paid. This question has been rated as an expert level question for cash flows by the ACCA. So let's see. In accordance with IAS 27, Statement of Cash Flows, what is the cash flow for interest paid? So as I said, that this is related to the interest paid for the year ended 30th of September 20x1. Okay. So we are looking at the cash flow for interest paid for the year ended 30th of September 20x1. Fine. So you see, in when we're dealing with such questions, the working is very simple. Okay, we just take the what we owe to the for the interest. So opening, we can say opening accrued interest. Like this is the amount of money that we owe for interest at the start. The interest expense during this year, like at the start we owed some money, now there is some more interest that we had to pay, and we get a closing balance for the accrued interest. That's how we do it. So we have a closing balance. However, just like usually we have another closing balance. However, closing is different, that is provided, or the closing is provided in question. Okay, so we are following the same approach as we did for assets. We had the opening accrued, we had some more interest, and we had the total interest that we have to pay, and we get a closing balance. But we also have a closing balance in the question, and that is different from it. Okay, and then we say the difference is the interest paid. Okay, so we will discuss it now. So this is the simple pattern that I made for you. Now we can move on. At 1st of October 20x0 BK, you see we have to find the value at 30th of September. So we are provided with the opening value, 1st of October 20x0, the accrued interest payable balance of 12,000. So we can quickly write it here that at the start, how much did we owe them? We owe them 12,000. What happened during this year? The interest expense for the year ended 30th of September 20x1 in the statement of profit and loss was 41,000. So that is another easy thing. We can just fit it in this pro forma working. So that's it. At the start, we owed them 12. The expense for the period is 41. So we could just calculate what is the closing balance. We say the closing balance is 53,000. Okay, so we could just write it like this, so that we say that we have done first part. Okay, now the question will tell us that they have a different balance. Let's see. The accrued interest payable at 31st of September 20x1 was only 15,000. How is it possible? Like we have calculated a balance of 53. However, the closing balance is only 15,000, which is provided in the question, which is 15,000. What is this? How is this possible? Okay, it is only possible because we paid some interest. The total interest that was there was 53, but we paid some interest, which is 15. Like at the end we had the closing balance of 15. Okay, there is this one catch in this question which we need to consider. We need to just have this some space, because there is one adjustment which, if we do it right now, will make our job easy. Okay, let's see. So I'm just leaving some space to calculate my balance. Okay, they say they have given us some further information. There is this interest expense included on borrowings. All this interest expense, which is 41,000. They're talking about this one. They say the interest expense included interest on borrowing. So this is talking about the interest expense, and the interest expense is shown in the statement of profit and loss as 41,000. So they're talking about this figure. Okay, and I could say that the interest expense for the year ended 30th of September 20x1 is 41. Now they're talking about it, that this interest expense included interest on borrowings and unwinding. So that's one thing. Interest in borrowings is fine. It's no problem. It's okay. That's correct one. an unwinding of the discount on decommissioning of a provision of 5,000. Okay. Now this clearly is this unwinding of the decommissioning provision. Now this is a finance charge, but it is non-cash. Okay, so they have included in this charge, for this interest charge, something which is non-cash. Okay, so what we are trying to calculate is the amount of cash paid for interest. So the charge that we are using should not have this amount. Okay, so we need to get rid of this one. Okay, so either we could do it like this. We could take the interest expenses 41,000 and we take away the 5,000. Okay, so 5,000. You see, we are trying to calculate the cash flow, but there is this thing which has the finance element to it, but it is really non-cash. This is just the unwinding. You see, we have this piece of land and we have to decommission it. Like after we have used this land, we have to replenish it back. There's a decommissioning provision. So we took the present value, and now when we unwind it, there is this finance charge. So there is no cash that has to be paid for this unwinding. So this should not be part of the interest, because using this interest value, we are trying to calculate how much cash is paid. Okay, so that's why we say that the interest expense should not include this one. Okay, and there's one more thing. Okay, I hope we are strong and comfortable till this point, that this value should not be part of the interest expense. And I have explained why. Because for this decommissioning, we will never pay anything. There is no interest to be paid. I hope this is clear. Then I will move on to the next part, the 3,000 for the lease liability. If we are okay, like the interest expense of 40,000 should not be including this one because it is non-cash. Okay, let me see your feedback, because I do not want to go any further without making you understand that. Oh, that is good. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Okay, now coming back to this thing that, this interest expense of 41,000 also includes interest element for the repayment of the lease liability. So this is okay. You see, when you have a lease payment, you have to pay the interest. So this interest element is fine. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. So we do not take it away. The only interest with which we had a problem was decommissioning provision, because it is non-cash. Okay, so now we say that the interest that we should be including here is 41,000 less the 5,000. So that is 36,000. And if it is 36,000, and at the start we owed them 12,000, so 36,000 plus 12,000, we owe them only 48. But that is not the case. When we look at the year-end balance, it's totally different. So I'm just now going to take away this, the lines that yeah. So now we see that the total interest that we owe them is 48. But surprisingly, when we look at the closing balance, it is only 15,000. How can it go down? How do we owe them less money? According to our calculation, we owe them much more. We owe them 48,000. But when we look at the closing balance, it is only 15,000. So the only way the interest liability has gone down is due to the payment. The difference is the amount of money paid for interest. Okay, and that is going to be the answer. So let's just do the settings, put it in yellow, and put the sum working here. That, or we could just say 48,000 less 15,000. So it means that the amount of money that we have paid is 33,000. Okay, so they made this question challenging by including the decommissioning provision, and if someone did not knew about the decommissioning, they would have entered the wrong answer here. Okay, so the answer is 33,000. Okay, so I hope this question was good fun, a challenging question. This is the total amount of money that we thought that we had to pay for interest, but we came to know that we owed only 15,000, and the reason being that some of the interest has been paid, and this was the requirement of the question. You see, the lease payments are included. You have to look at the requirement, you have to look at the statement of the question carefully. Okay, let me just go through again. They say that the interest expense included, it includes the lease payment, it includes the decommissioning provision. Okay, it never said that it does not include. Okay, so both of those things are including. The lease payment is including, you see, the interest paid, the interest expense included interest on borrowings, unwinding of the decommissioning, and the interest. So we say the interest borrowing is okay, the lease payment is okay, but the interest on this decommissioning is not okay. So that's why we took it away. From the interest expense, we deducted the 5,000 because it is not a cash flow interest. Okay. You do not have to pay any cash for this one. So that's why we took it away. It's not that it's not included, it is included. We took it away. So the interest on borrowings is included, the interest on lease payment is included, and the decommissioning is also included. So we took it away because it was not related to cash flows. I hope it makes sense. It's only about reading the question carefully. Is it clear? Okay, let's see. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. But I must say that it's really easy. You just need to do some more practice on the same questions. I will be sharing this document in the group so that you could have a better understanding. Okay. I will share this solved document. This will be available to you when we upload the questions as well. Okay. So students,